Hola. So, upon viewing my most recent entry into the captain's log, as it were, our most magnificent operator, as well as a new friend of the initiative, both of them viewed, as a preview sort of option, I suppose, to let me know whether or not it was up to par, and both of them advised me in the same manner that we really need to start breaking the videos down, shortening them, and just kind of reworking the entire structure of it. And so I'm going to be remaking older videos. I apologize that I've made them so long. I didn't realize that nobody really has more than 4 to 5 minutes worth of an attention span, and I apologize for being so demanding on your time, truly. I'll try to make these videos as short and as quick as possible. Speaking to the term spotter and the term operative, firstly, spotter is, well, let's start with operative. An operative is anybody who is in this field, anybody who's interested in these things, anybody who gets into the shit that we're about, and real fucking scientists, religious peoples to a certain extent, priests, monks, scientists, all of these people, mechanics, anybody that deals with things of a somewhat spiritual nature, that look into the theosophy of life or the philosophy. Anybody that deals with this sort of topic and lives in this sort of field is essentially an operative of the initiative. You guys call yourselves all different things. You call yourselves light workers, you call yourselves indigo children, you call yourselves religious figures, you call yourselves all kinds of different terms, but you are ultimately an operative of the initiative. You were born into this. You came here to this place and this time and this incarnation for this purpose, to serve this purpose, to fight with this cause. And it is your destiny. So, I mean, you're going to come around to it eventually. It's all of you out there that are calling yourselves light workers and Palladians and what have you. You're all operatives. You will become operative when you become aware that there is a network building here, and you're aware of the world living in synchronicities and such. You're aware of the hands of fate, as it were, taking action in our daily lives. You know that the world is alive. You know that you are a part of it, and that once you become aware that we are in fact networking together for this cause to change things, because we are at a critical point in our history that needs to be directed properly. Very, very delicate edge here. So once you do realize that, you get with the program and stand up and fight, start being active in this worldwide campaign to alter our destiny, you know, secure our future, then you will effectively be an operative of the initiative. Whatever you call yourself, there are many initiatives out there, many different groups working for the same cause. Our purpose is to network them, to bring them all together. Now, speaking of the term spotter, spotter is a part of a very ancient tradition going way back to the beginning of fucking time. It's a personal thing for myself and for the people I work with, the foundation, spotters essentially master communication with the world. We become very closely acquainted with the world and the environment and cues that pop up, and we understand synchronicity to such a degree that we live in it consistently every day, all day long. It's happening. And some of us have learned, I myself got to the point where with spot casting I've learned to coordinate synchronicities, to actually engineer them. And so, this trade, this practice goes on and on and on. It keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. It's fucking awesome. You have no idea how magnificent it is to really get in play here. Put your eyes on the ball and fucking bat it around a bit. Take action. Be active. Be operative. Spotters, essentially, the idea is that a spotter would take on an apprentice, train them one-on-one. A spotter would learn to communicate with the world and then find an apprentice via synchronicity, train them. Once they've successfully trained that apprentice, the apprentice would go on and have the world as their teacher. because they will have learned to communicate directly with the world, and the world will become a challenging mentor to them. And once they've overcome these challenges and mastered themselves, mastered self-control, mind control, as it were, that we're trying to teach you, they would go on and find their own apprentice. Once a spotter has successfully trained an apprentice to the point where they're capable of taking on their own student, then the spotter can consider themselves to some degree mastered and will move on to what we would call a pilgrimage. Via synchronicity, they will find a certain place and a certain objective, find their life goal, their mission, their destiny, and undertake that task. My first student that mastered was Sweetie Cheeks, Super Sweetie Cheeks, Megan Lee Ritchie, now Megan Lee Ramsey, married to my excellent brother. The three of us are, essentially founded this whole thing and run the show here. She was mastered, and then I trained our former operator, and I trained a few other people along the way. Really, thanks. But ultimately, I eventually found my pilgrimage. I never thought I was ready for it, and I never thought I'd find it, but I had this accident about a year ago that unleashed me, made me who I am today. Thanks to very, very special thanks to Extra Special K, our secret weapon, for making that happen. Good show, lady. Um, this is my pilgrimage. The Status Initiative is my personal pilgrimage. You guys are my pilgrimage, and we're setting a new standard with this. It was always spotters training one-on-one personally, but now we're working on training groups, entire groups, 300 people now. We're hoping to teach and to train and to help here all at once via the internet, using this magnificent technology to get to everybody. And I am learning how to master this, how to use spotcasting through this, how to work out the kinks and technicalities in the operating system, as it were. So everything's functioning properly, and that is essentially our tradition. Has always been, going back to the beginning of time, passing this knowledge on, just passing on the awareness of the living world, and ensuring that this capacity and this relationship between us and the world continues, ensuring that relationship survives. That is the tradition of spotters. And the ultimate purpose of the Status Initiative and its operatives is to simplify everything, to compact and condense all the learning and the knowledge that we have, all the mistakes and failures and all the successes and victories that we've gone through and undertaken, all the challenges, everything that we've gone through, everything we know, condense it into the simplest possible form so that we can pass it along to younger people and they can get it faster. They can get up to speed at a younger age, and eventually we can break it down to the point where people are just born to this. They're living in, a free, wonderful reality that of their own design. Directive relativity is in play from birth, hopefully, that, it's going to be entrained to everyone. So that's our goal here, is to get everyone together and to pass on our wisdom as best we can in the simplest, easiest possible form, so that people can get it immediately without having to go through the same shit that we did. Our purpose is to speed up the process of psychic evolution. So that's the Status Initiative. We are a mental revolution against the blocks that are holding us back. And we are an antivirus against cognitive dissonance, the disease that is causing us to kill ourselves and our planet consistently. That's our cause, to cure this illness. Humanity is insane, but we know how to fix it. We're going to take care of this. So, thank you for this time. Hopefully you watch this. I broke it down under 10 minutes. 901. Kila Salai Terve Uni Siari. Namaste.